I had had some amazing coaches in my life that influenced me immensely, and I wanted people to feel about me the way I felt about them. I didn't know what you had to do to become a coach. I didn't know you had to be a teacher, but I did find out by the time I was a senior in high school. So when I was a sophomore, that's where I decided that's what I wanted to do. And I was an assistant coach for 17 years in football until I finally got my first head job. Believe it or not, I wasn't sure I knew enough then to be a head coach in football. But I thought, well, I'll jump in with both feet and see what happens.
And that was so awesome about Bill is his planning. But he never let that override what was most important, and that was the kids that we worked with.
It wasn't about X's and O's. It wasn't about the game of football. It was about establishing relationships and are you willing to be that guy for me? And I loved it. I loved that idea.
On the football field, I was a taskmaster. I insisted on kids doing things the right way, lining up properly, firing out properly. But I also loved it when they held hands in the huddle.
And he told us this when I first started coaching, and I, as a head coach, I've said this to my coaches. There should never, ever be a player that leaves this locker room that doesn't know we care about him.
I felt that the kinship that these players had for each other and with each other and with our coaching staff was absolutely critical for us having success on the scoreboard.
Bill always did more with less. And, the talent wasn't always there. The speed definitely wasn't always there. But Bill had a plan. He had a system to get the most out of each kid. And when you have that kind of buy-in, when you have that kind of loyalty to the program, those kids are going to give you everything they have. So it might not be as much as another kid has, but when they give you everything they have, success is going to follow.
I had a reporter ask me when I was retiring, he said, what was your record? And I thought for a minute, and I said, I won a few thousand and lost a couple hundred. He said, football games? A few thousand? Oh, you meant games. I was talking about players.
It's not just about football. It's about life, because life's hard. It's not fair, and you're going to get knocked down a lot, but you got to know there's someone there that loves you and is going to help you.
Where I feel I did the best that I could do for my community, for my, my state of mind, is how these kids bought into what I was trying to teach them, and it is extremely gratifying.
I think it means a lot to Bill. It's just, for Bill, it's icing on the cake, but it's not the cake. The cake are all those young men that are out there that have been influenced by him for years.